Commonwealth has accused Karen Reed of striking her boyfriend, Boston police officer John O'Keefe, with her car after a night of drinking and leaving him in the snow to die. The defense is saying, as they said in their opening statement, that Karen Reed was framed and this is all a cover-up.
Judge Cannoni, despite our rigorous efforts, we continue to find ourselves at an impasse. Our perspectives on the evidence are starkly divided. Some members of the jury firmly believe that the evidence surpasses the burden of proof, establishing the elements of the charges beyond a reasonable doubt. Conversely, others find the evidence fails to meet this standard and does not sufficiently establish the necessary elements of the charges. The deep division is not due to a lack of effort or diligence, but rather a sincere adherence to our individual principles and moral convictions.
Right.
To continue to deliberate would be futile and only serve to force us to compromise these deeply held beliefs. I'm not going to do that to you folks. Your service is complete.
All done.
I'm declaring a mistrial in this case. I'll be in to see you privately in a few minutes.
And I imagine
so thank
the judge
you
will
so
ask
much for your
for the
service.
split then, outside of the public view. After 31 days of trial and deliberations for almost a week, the Karen Reed jury was hopelessly deadlocked and the judge declared a mistrial. That means that Karen Reed can be retried on all of the charges brought against her. A spokesperson for the district attorney's office for the Commonwealth has already indicated that they will be retrying this case. The defense spoke briefly outside of the courthouse and said that they won, essentially. The Commonwealth is going to keep trying, that their client is standing strong, and that they are going to keep fighting, and they will continue to keep fighting. The judge indicated to the jury that she was going to speak with them privately. The judge pulled the jury in and said, "You've done your job," read out loud in open court their note. Their note said they are hopelessly at an impasse. It said that there are people that believe that the case has been proven beyond a reasonable doubt, and those that believe it hasn't been. We do not know at this point the split. I am not going to speculate until I see it from multiple news sources, but I am not going to speculate on any split. We don't know. But the jury said some find that this case has been proven beyond a reasonable doubt and others do not. And that is the impasse, that they have worked, that they have tried, that they have talked, and that they can't come to a decision. For the defense, this is a win. For the defense, it's a win that they did not compromise on a lesser included, which can often happen when juries just want to be done. They will compromise on a lesser included, thinking that it's not a big deal. In this case, the lesser includeds were still a big deal. So for the defense, it is absolutely a win that the jury didn't compromise, because that compromise might have gone towards a guilty on a lesser included. The lesser includeds were complicated. The instructions are complicated. None of the attorneys addressed them in closing arguments. And they talked about a chain of events. But if they weren't conflicted on the murder charges, they would have or could have gone not guilty on the murder charges and then hung on the lesser charges. That is a possibility. But that's what didn't happen here. A date has been set later in July for a status conference, and that status conference will decide how this case will proceed and how it will move forward from here. Maybe at that status conference, we will see a bit more information about the verdict split. I'm sure we will see it in at least some of the court filings going forward. I wouldn't be surprised if it gets dropped in there. We have a final decision in the Commonwealth versus Karen Reed. For those of you asking, yes, the judge will be the same. Yes, the lawyers seem like they will be the same. And that is where we're at. For deep dives into the stories that I covered here, you can find them on my YouTube channel at the